Hi guys, thanks for clicking on my video. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the case of Fiona Pender. Fiona Pender is the third case in Ireland's Vanishing Triangle that I'll be covering on my channel. If you missed my last two videos, which are on the first two cases, then please check them out. It explains what it is. I'm not going to go through it again because it's just going to get really repetitive in my videos. So if you are interested or missed them, click on those videos first. It'll make a lot more sense. So Fiona Pender was born in July of 1971 to parents Josephine and Sean Pender. I apologise if I'm pronouncing the last name wrong. Fiona was a hairdresser and she lived in an apartment on Church Street in Tullamore in County Offaly in Ireland. In 1996, Fiona lived with her partner of 3 years, John Thompson. They have been living together for a year and she was 7.5 months pregnant with their child. She was 25 years old, and the year previous she had lost her brother to a motorcycle accident, which obviously it affected the whole family, and Fiona was really upset. But having the baby coming along, she was hoping it would bring some light into their lives. So on Wednesday, the 21st of August in 1996, Josephine, Fiona and her youngest brother John were all out shopping for baby clothes in Tullamore town. And then later on that evening, Josephine and John were leaving Fiona's apartment for the night. They said goodbye and they would never see her again. On Friday, the 23rd of August, 1996, Fiona's partner John left the apartment at 6 a.m, 6 to 6:30 a.m. to go to work on his family farm. The next day, Fiona's mum, Josephine, called John to ask if she had heard or seen Fiona, and he said no. So it had been over 24 hours since anybody had seen or heard from Fiona, and the family decided to go to the local Garda station to report her missing. Unfortunately, they wouldn't be taken seriously until 9 days after Fiona was reported missing, when the guards decided to do a public appeal. Their excuse for this was saying that Fiona is an adult and she's entitled to go missing if she wants to. So now let's get into the investigation. At first, there are two witnesses. One said that he saw two men on Church Street carrying a rolled up blanket or carpet and putting it into the boot of a 4x4 vehicle. A second witness then came forward and said that they saw a 4x4 driving erratically up the Slieve Bloom Mountains down back roads. On the 24th of April 1997, John Thompson and his father and 3 sisters were all arrested by local Gardaí and brought in for interrogation, although they were later released without being charged. Unfortunately, there was not much success during the investigation over the next couple of years, and on the 31st of March in the year 2000, Fiona's father Sean took his own life due to the sadness of losing his children. In 2008, there was a small wooden cross which was found in the Slieve Bloom Mountains at the border between County Offaly and Laois. This small wooden cross said Fiona Pender, buried on the 22nd of August 1996. Unfortunately, after an extensive Garda excavation, nothing was found. So in 2012, John Thompson, who was now aged 40, moved to Canada with his wife and 3 children. On the 24th of February 2014, Gardaí renewed their appeal to the public for help in tracing the whereabouts of Pender. The prime suspect for Fiona's case was arrested in Canada in 2014, and due to a publication ban, this man cannot be identified. The man was charged with sexually assaulting and threatening to kill his wife. When the Royal Canadian Mounted Police searched their home, they found a number of videos of this man engaging in sexual activity with his wife, but she says she has no recollection of this and would often wake up in bed not remembering anything. During the man's trial, his wife had testified that he had once told her, "You know I've done it before. They'll never find you and you'll end up like her." The Chief of Justice at the trial did not believe that there was sufficient evidence to back up the allegations made against the defendant, so he was found not guilty on all charges. On October 10th, 2014, Various Irish media outlets reported that the main suspect in Pender's case, who was now living abroad, was suspected of having threatened another woman. According to RTE, the Gardaí had travelled to interview the woman in her jurisdiction while she was being held in protective custody. So although obviously we can't say the man's name who was arrested in Canada, it's pretty obvious to see who he was, or at least I hope it is for the way I've explained it. So through the interview with the woman abroad, Gardaí had new evidence, and on the 5th of December in 2014, they started a new search in a wooded area of Rosenallis. Again, I could be pronouncing that wrong, I'm very sorry. Which is at the foothills of the Slieve Bloom Mountains near Glenbarrow Waterfall. The Gardaí had searched a densely wooded area for around 200 metres squared. They also asked forensic archaeologists and cadaver dogs to help them with their search. But unfortunately, this would turn up nothing. So on the 20th of December 2014, the guards had called off the search with no new leads. And sadly, in September of 2017, Fiona's mother Josephine had sadly passed away due to a long-term illness, and she would never know what actually happened to her daughter. Fiona's only surviving relative, John, which was her youngest brother, still campaigns for Fiona's case and the investigation to this day. If you have any information at all that could help for this investigation or in this case, please contact the number on the screen. So that is all the information we have on the Fiona Pender case. Her mother seems to think that she was murdered. Actually, her whole family did. Seeing as there was no sightings of her, she lived on a busy road in Tullamore and nobody had seen her. And all they wanted was some closure, to have a body that they could bury in a Catholic church. I'm sure you will agree that it's pretty obvious who the prime suspect was in the case. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, then please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and give this video a big thumbs up. I really would appreciate it. It does give me good feedback to know that you're interested in these types of videos. And next week I'll be going on to the next missing persons case for Ireland's Vanishing Triangle.